Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss about properties of a solution. Now this topic is very important. All the points of this topic should be very much clear to you. First property is a solution is a homogeneous mixture. This point we have already discussed in definition of solution, that solution is a homogeneous mixture, which means that its composition is uniform throughout. Second property is the particles of a solution are smaller than 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer is equals to 10 to the power minus 9 meter in diameter. So they cannot be seen by naked eyes. Now this property second is also very important. It is because here it is telling that the particles of solution, they are very small, very tiny in size. As you can see that it is showing 1 nanometer. So if you are just coming across this term 1 nanometer for the first time, then nanometer, it is also a unit of length, like we are generally using centimeter or millimeter. Same way nanometer is also a unit of length. As you can see that it is also having relation with meter, which is 1 nanometer is equals to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. You must also be knowing the relation between centimeter and meter, millimeter and meter, whereas kilometer and meter also. So as all these are the units of length, so that is why they are having relation with one another. Suppose if I am just talking about millimeter, for us millimeter is also very small measurement. If I am saying 1 millimeter, which you can see in your ruler or in some of the measuring tape and all, that you are having the value of 1 millimeter, which is very small, but still we are able to observe it. If any substance or if any particle is there which is having a measurement or having a diameter of around 1 millimeter, then we will be able to observe it through our naked eye. But this 1 nanometer, if the particle is having size of 1 nanometer, it is very small. As you can understand from the name also, that if it is saying nano, which means very tiny, and also from the relation that 1 nanometer is equals to 10 to the power minus 9 meter, from this relation also you can guess that, you can imagine that if a particle is having this much smaller size, then we will not be able to observe it through our naked eye. For example, if I'm saying lemonade, then lemonade, it is also a solution which is prepared by mixing 3 to 4 different type of components. So after preparing lemonade, can you see the particles of sugar? Can you see the particles of salt? Or can you see the particles of lemon juice? No, we can't see. We can't see all these particles with our naked eye, but we know that all these particles are present in the lemonade, and that is why when we are tasting it, we are getting that these particles are already there in lemonade, but we are not able to see these particles through our naked eye. It is because these solute particles, after dissolving, they are so much small in size, and their size is less than 1 nanometer, that we are not able to observe them through our naked eye. So this is very important point. The second property of solution is very important, that the particles in solution, they are so small in size that we are not able to observe them through our naked eye. And you also need to remember these value also, that they are the size of the particle is less than 1 nanometer, and you also have to remember the relation between nanometer and meter. Third one is, because of very small particle size, they do not scatter a beam of light passing through the solution. So the path of light is not visible in a solution. This thing we have also discussed in one of the activity which we discussed before the topic of solution. So what the meaning of this property is? Now in the second property we discussed that the particles of solution, they are very small in size. So what it is saying, before understanding this third property, I am again telling you that how to observe that light is getting scattered, or how to understand the meaning that the path of the light becomes visible. So to understand this, what you have to do, you just have to make your room dark, and from one tiny hole you have to let enter sunlight. So if sunlight is just entering your room through a very tiny hole in the dark room, then what will happen? After then you will see also that the path of this sunlight, it is becoming wider and wider, and the path of sunlight, it becomes visible to you. How it is becoming wider? It is because of the scattering of light. Same way here, what it is saying that in that activity which we discussed before the topic of solution, we discussed that mixtures, they are of three, it is divided into three different types. One is solution, which we are discussing right now. The next one is colloidal solution, and the third one is suspension. And we find in that activity that only colloidal solution is the one which scatters the beam of light. So the meaning of scattering of beam of light you can understand by taking the example of dark room in which sunlight is entering in the dark room. So what happens when a sunlight is entering in a dark room? You can see that the path of the light becomes visible to you, and you can also see that the path of the light, it becomes wider and wider. So how the path of light becomes wider and wider? It is because of scattering. Now how a light is getting scattered? How a light, we can say that it is scattering? It is because if you will observe closely, and you might have observed also, that what happens in a room, definitely lot of dust particles are there, and that is clearly visible in the path of light also. So if a sunlight is entering in a dark room, then sunlight, that beam of sunlight, what happens, it is scattering, it is colliding, or it is striking the dust particles. When it is just striking the dust particles, its path becomes scattered. And that is the reason that as sunlight is just coming in the room, then it is becoming wider and wider, and the path of light, it is clearly visible to us. If you have not observed, then you can just do the same thing, and you will be able to easily understand the meaning of visibility of the, that path of the light becomes visible, or the scattering of light, what I am saying here. So in the dark room, how we are able to, or how the path of the light becomes visible, or how the light is getting scattered, that is because of the dust particles present in room, with which sunlight or the beam of sunlight is just striking or colliding. So here what it is saying, in this third property, it is saying that in case of solution, the particles of solution, they are so small that if light is any light, like beam of light with the help of torch, if any light is just striking with the particles of solution, then the particles of solution, they are so small that the light is not getting scattered, and the path of light is not visible to us. And that is what in that activity was also mentioned. So here, why the path of light is not visible, or why the light is not getting scattered? Because of the very small size of particles of solution. These these points, these properties I'm explaining like this, it is because they are very important. You need to understand each and every point very clearly. Now the last property is the solute particles cannot be separated from the mixture by the process of filtration. So this property also we have discussed with the help of the activity, and you can see that how the setup of filtration is also shown in the figure just before the topic of solution. So here what happens, we are performing this process of filtration with the help of filter paper. If you have observed filter paper closely, you must have observed that filter paper, it is having very minute holes or pores. So what happens in this property, it is saying that suppose if we want to separate the components of the solution, we know the components of solution are solute and solvent. So if we want to separate the components of solution by passing it through filter paper, that means by performing process of filtration, then we will not be able to separate the components. So what is the reason? The reason is that because the particles of solution, they are so small in size, their size is much smaller than the whole of the filter paper, that if you are passing solution through filter paper, then the particles of solution, it will also pass through the filter paper, because the size of holes in filter paper, they are bigger than the particles of solution. So solution, it will easily pass through filter paper. You can, if you are having filter paper which is easily available, I don't think that you will be able to get this nowadays, but it is quite easily available. So if you are having filter paper, you can perform this. Simply just you have to make a sugar solution or a lemonade or even a cold drink. And when you are passing these through filter paper, you will find that all the particles or all the components of that solution, it is simply passing through filter paper. You are not able to separate the components of solution by passing it through filter paper. So the reason is because the particles of solution, they are smaller than the size of the whole of filter paper. So this is the four important properties of solution which you should understand, which all the points should be very much clear to you. So these are the properties of a solution, very important topic. This is what we have discussed today. Just go through it and try to understand it, read it twice or thrice, and it will be clear to you. Nothing is difficult, you just need to understand. And if you are not getting, then these are some very easy activities which you can perform also at home, and you will be able to understand it very clearly. Now the next topic is concentration of solution, which we are going to discuss next time. Thank you.